You know, I've done a complete 180 on strength training for runners over the course of my career. 26 plus years ago, I thought that running was all the exercise that our legs needed as distance runners. And today, I don't even think weightlifting is cross training. It's just part of the training that every runner has to do if they're interested in achieving their potential. And so I'm now very bullish on strength training because we know just how valuable it is for runners. Yes, it's going to make you stronger. That's going to help you put more force into the ground, which helps you race faster. It's also going to toughen up your connective tissues and your joints, making you more impervious to running injuries. It's going to improve your running economy, helping you get the same long runs and the same workouts done with the same energy cost, meaning you're gonna be a lot more efficient. And it's just gonna improve your body composition, your power, and you're gonna feel a lot better when you are doing your running. So if you are a runner that wants to get better at running, don't skip your strength training. It is going to be really impactful for you. And I have just taken the biggest step that most runners are ever gonna make when it comes to setting up their own home gym. I have set up a new home gym that I am super pumped about, and I wanna show you guys because this is the ultimate convenience. This is how you ensure you get your weightlifting in, is by having the equipment right here in your house. And I wanna thank the team over at Mikolo. They make some really, really beautiful weightlifting equipment that they have hooked me up with, and I am just so grateful for all the amazing stuff that they've sent me. And I want to feature this squat rack, which is a lot more than just a squat rack. So I'm currently going through our high performance lifting weightlifting program, but I'm adding a little bit extra for a couple of things that are important to me. So let me go through what this Mikolo squat rack can do for runners, a lot of the accessories that come with it, and how I'm using it to become a better runner. So let me first say that us distance runners, we don't need to spend so much time in the weight room. That's why I really love having this thing in my garage here, because I don't want to drive 20 minutes to the gym just so that I'm in and out in about 40 or 45 minutes. And the next thing you know, I'm actually spending the same amount of time commuting to the gym that I am actually lifting weights in the gym. So the good news for us runners, we don't need a lot of time in the gym, and we don't need a super incredibly high amount of complexity. We can get by with a lot of fundamentals, a lot of basics. After all, these things are the fundamentals for a reason. So when I'm here in my own little weight room down here in my garage, I'm doing a lot of those fundamentals. I'm sticking to the squat. I'm doing a lot of deadlift. I'm doing a lot of the press, and I'm doing some of the smaller, yes, more varied isolation exercises that can be really helpful for physical therapy reasons and staying healthy. But when I'm actually here lifting heavy weight, when I'm focused on strength, when I'm focused on building power, I'm not doing very complicated workouts. Now, sometimes they can get a little complicated for sure, but most of the time they're not. And so if you're worried about starting strength training because you don't really know what to do in the weight room and you're not sure how long these workouts are gonna last, they're probably gonna last a lot less than you're running. And the good news for us runners, we don't have to lift weights more than about twice a week. We're gonna get all the benefits that we just talked about by doing 2 weightlifting workouts a week. And if you have a piece of equipment like this squat rack from Mikolo, you're gonna be able to do everything you could possibly imagine effectively right from the comfort of your own home. So my beautiful new toy over here, which I had to get in the red color because, hey, if you're gonna go, why not go big, is the Mikolo HR05 half rack. And what I love about it is that it's just so versatile. I mean, it comes with about 10, maybe a little bit more attachments, and that includes the lat pull down. You've got more pull down and attachments here. There's also these wonderful dip attachments here so you can do your dips, and these attachments here for the bar. Now right here, I have a 45 pound or approximately 20 kilogram Olympic barbell. And here in the back, we have spots to hold all of our weights. So far, I've got 2 45s, 2 35s, 2 25s down there on this pulley system. And you notice we do have two pulley systems, one on this side and one on the other. And I've got my 10-pound plates down there. I have more attachments than I'm actually ever going to use here on this, which I actually think is wonderful because it's going to allow me to grow into this squat rack. So right now I'm doing more running specific lifting, like I mentioned with high performance lifting, but I also might want to be able to get into other types of lifting as I get older. So this is a type of piece of equipment that's going to let me to grow into it, to do a whole variety of different things that I really love. But at the same time, it's gonna let me hang on to those fundamentals like the bench, the overhead press, the squat, the deadlift, and all the variations of those fundamental exercises. Now this half squat rack does have 1,000-pound capacity, so unless you're a professional power lifter, you're probably gonna be all set with this. A couple other things that I really love about it. Down here, you can see that I'm using these to hold the bar near the floor because right now I'm without padding. I am gonna be getting some padding very soon, but for things like heavy deadlifts, I'm doing this from a slightly elevated position until I can do, the normal lift of the deadlift from the floor. Also, at the top here, this lets me do pull-ups, chin-ups, and a lot of variations of those exercises, which I think are one of the more functional, fundamental exercises that you can do. Actually not a big part of our high performance lifting program, but again, that program is focused more on running specific lifting from a power perspective. So super happy with this. I really want to thank the folks at Mikolo for setting me up with this, not only very versatile squat rack that I look forward to using, but also just a beautiful squat rack. I mean, the red color from the barbell to the actual rack itself really allows me to have a squat rack that just looks beautiful, that I'm excited about using, and I just can't wait to get in here. And the best part is that my 7-year-old is coming up to me and saying, "Daddy, let's go lift weights in the garage." That could not make me happier. Now, I was really worried that this thing was not going to fit in my garage, but there's a link under this video for the true product dimensions and all the details to really see if something like this is gonna work for you. But I have a very normal sized garage, and if you look really up here at the top, you'll notice that the ceiling isn't quite straight up there. So I had to navigate around the garage door tracking system and the kind of interesting ceiling where the stairs are going down there. And at the very height of this thing, the top, it's about 7 feet tall. I think it's about 7 feet and 2 inches. I was able to fit everything in here. It's 12 gauge steel with 1,000-pound capacity. And so I'm gonna be able to keep adding weights to this, accessories to this, and I'm really, really grateful that I now have this. For me personally, I'm a runner. I would rather run than lift weights, and I don't love doing the strength training. But with that said, I do it because it allows me to do what I love, which is running. And if that sounds good to you, if you're someone who maybe wants to run a lot faster and you're not sure what lever you can pull to get to that next level of performance, or maybe you're just really injury prone and you haven't been able to stick to a weightlifting habit regularly, I really want to strongly encourage having a home gym setup. No commute to the gym. You can do it when it's convenient for you. And I'm finding that almost for the first time ever, I'm finally lifting with much more consistency than I ever have before. And I know that as a master's athlete, this is exactly what I need. And I am so grateful to Mikolo for this piece of equipment. So if you guys want to check this out, check out the link underneath this video. You're also going to be able to use a discount code and get yourself 5% off if you want to be gym buddies and have the same squat rack that I do. So all that information is under this video. Thanks again, Mikolo, for partnering with me to get this done. And for all the runners out there, let's get stronger. We're gonna be faster runners. We're gonna be more resilient to injuries, and we're probably gonna feel a lot better when we are running.